Good evening, welcome, and hello. My name is Benji, and this is Mind Your Neighbours, the quiz show that fans the flames of knowledge right up your trivial chimneys. Let's meet this week's teams.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Victoria.
I'm Kevin, and we're the Kippers.
Because nothing gets by us.
Hi, I'm Ethan.
And I'm Emma.
And we are Curb Your Enthusiasm.
My name's Alex.
And my name's Pam.
And we are Team Ocean Tides.
Welcome, garden dwellers. Now, I'll be asking the questions. Your team captain will be giving the answers. The team with the highest score at the end of the quiz will win the pride of the neighborhood. Right, let's begin. Question number 1. What is considerably and consistently the most visited national park in Canada?
I don't even
Probably
think I
in
have
Alberta.
the ability
It's
to
probably
answer this.
Banff, Jasper.
Banff.
Not
Because it's
Jasper.
close to Calgary.
Is there anything in BC it would be?
I have no answers.
Yellowstone?
In Canada, I think that's the States.
Obviously, this question is close to home. Gotta be Banff National Park.
Banff National Park.
Banff National Park.
Well, established in 1885, Banff is the most visited national park in Canada. It was actually the first national park in Canada, and the town itself is the highest town in Canada. It's 1,300 meters above sea level.
Yeah! Look at you! Thank goodness for Ethan.
Got it. Let's go. Hey!
Yeah.
Now, like nature, music enters our lives at a very, very young age. Now, can you have a look at this rudimentary piece of music and sing the melody? And I'll give you a bonus point if you can play it on the recorder.
Don't.
It's been so long.
I know the song.
Okay.
Yeah! Da-da,
See, maybe this?
da-da.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
What is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? Frere Jacques.
Broken. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Oh my
Twinkle,
goodness.
twinkle. Da 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 da. Yeah, okay.
Da 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 da.
Now for some animal magic. Now, all animals enjoy a bit of relaxation here and there. But when it comes time to put the skates on, some are faster than others. Can you rank these 3 animals from the fastest to the slowest? The animals to rank are the ostrich, the kangaroo, and the lion. Grr.
The ostrich is number 1.
Ostrich, lion, and kangaroo.
I'd say kangaroo, ostrich, lion.
I want to say ostrich, lion, and then kangaroo.
I don't know. Kangaroos
I
can
don't know
rip,
how
man.
fast kangaroos are.
You think an ostrich is faster than a kangaroo?
Yes.
Ostrich, lion, kangaroo?
Yes.
Ostrich, kangaroo, and lion.
Ostrich, kangaroo, lion.
Well, in first place, going at 96 kilometers per hour, we have the ostrich. In second place, 81 kilometers per hour, we have the lion. And in third place, with a pathetic 71 kilometers per hour, we have the kangaroo.
It's really fast.
I was right the first time!
Oh, I led you astray.
Very well done, everyone. Now we're going to go to the break, but here's one for you at home. The peregrine falcon is the fastest animal in the kingdom. But what speed can it reach during its characteristic stoop? 265 kilometers per hour, 332 kilometers per hour, or 389 kilometers per hour? We'll have the answers after the break. Welcome back. Now, before the break, I asked you, what's the top speed of a peregrine falcon, the fastest animal in the kingdom? Well, it's actually 389 kilometers per hour, achieved during its characteristic hunting stoop, straight down. That's faster than a horse and a motorbike. Okay, let's zip on to the scores. Well, that's about as close as we get without touching. Okay, on with the quiz. Time for a face meld. We take two faces. We meld them together to create one new face. I'll give you 1 point for each of the two celebrities that you can name.
It's got to be somebody younger than me.
Who's the lady?
Beautiful brown eyes.
One of them is Emma Watson.
Beautiful smile.
Oh, Emma Watson.
Short hair.
Bobby Flay.
Bobby Flay and Emma Watson.
Bobby Flay and Emma Watson.
Daniel Radcliffe and Katy Perry.
Well, those two faces neatly joined together are Bobby Flay, the celebrity chef, and the austere yet magical Emma Watson. She's 30 years old.
All right.
I don't remember those bangs on her. Those are pretty sad.
That's a new haircut. Or is it an old one?
Now, a change of faces is expected in the shape-shifting world of politics. But how many different Canadian prime ministers have there been since the turn of the century?
You were just in school recently, so you
Yeah.
have to get this.
Justin Trudeau's been in for 2 terms.
Stephen Harper and Trudeau. But the other one, I don't know.
Paul Martin was in for like a second.
Sure.
Stephen Harper did 2 terms.
John Crutchin, when did his end?
Did he come
Probably.
into the 2000s?
Yeah, I'd say so.
3 or
In this
4?
scenario.
3 or 4?
I'm gonna go with 3.
I'm going to go with 4.
3?
3?
4.
Let's work backwards. Currently in power, we have the baby-faced Justin Trudeau. Prior to him, the slightly less baby-faced Stephen Harper. Then we have a little bit of Paul Martin. And finishing off with a dabble of Jean Chrétien, who left the office in 2003.
John Crutchin!
No one remembers Paul Martin.
Nice work.
Good Canadian knowledge, eh? All right, time for an Inky Dinky. What is an Inky Dinky, I hear you cry? What? Well, an Inky Dinky is a 2-word phrase. Both the words have got 2 syllables. And they rhyme like Inky Dinky. Riddle me this. A healthcare facility for critical thinkers.
Hospital.
Hospital. No, because it's got to be 2 syllables.
Thoughtful hospital.
Clinic.
Clinic Cynic.
Ah, nice
Yeah?
one. Yeah.
Critic? Clinic critic?
This doesn't rhyme.
I think it's thoughtful something.
Clinic critic?
That doesn't rhyme.
Clinic Cynic.
Haha, that caught a couple of you out. I'll give you a point for a cynic clinic.
A cynic.
Okay, that was tough.
Okay, that's a good
That
one.
was tricky.
It's movie time. Now, according to the American Film Institute's top 100 movie quotes of all time, 3 of them are lines spoken by Tom Hanks. Now, they're all from 3 different movies, but I'll give you 1 point for any of the lines that you can impersonate.
3 Tom
What
Hanks
about the
movies
one
that
where
I think
he's
is top.
the lawyer who's dying?
Philadelphia?
Isn't there like a big line in that one in Philadelphia?
He's my favorite actor.
Wilson!
That's a good one.
What's
Life's like a box of chocolates. You never know
you gotta
what
sit
you're
like
gonna
this
get.
too.
Mama always said,
Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Oh, that's very good, teams. Very good indeed. I'll run through all 3. From A League of Their Own, there's no crying in baseball. From Apollo 13, Houston, we have a problem. And from Forrest Gump, Mama said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Well, you do if you use the menu card, Forrest. Oh, that's coffee. Time for some games. Have a look at this slide. Use the 2 visual clues to work out the names of the classic games. And teams, say what you see.
Vaders.
Vader's Doom.
Oh, I see a lot of O's. Oh no.
Domo.
Oh, Invaders?
Am I too old for those games?
Space Invaders?
Space Invaders.
Space Invaders.
Space Invaders.
Invaders.
Ah.
Space. Oh, I get it.
Space Invaders and Doom?
Space Invaders and I guess Doom.
Space Invaders and...
No clue, absolutely no clue, and I hope I didn't play that game.
Well, say what you see was the clue. Now, the first one seems obvious enough. There's a space in the word Vaders. Space Invaders, a classic arcade game. The other one's a bit tougher. In lowercase, you have DOM, which is surrounded by O's. Dom, in O's.
Dom and O.
Dom in O's.
Wow, that's clever. That's clever.
Well, if that seemed like a second language to you, let's consider Ludwig Zamenhof. In 1887, he created a universal second language to help foster world peace. Now, still in use today, what is the name of that language?
I thought I've heard this before, that there was a language that they tried to create that was universal, but I can't for the life of me remember what that is now.
There was a lot of controversy over Braille when it was invented.
Must be sign language.
Beep beep
Oh,
language.
like the beep beep. Yeah.
Braille?
Sign language.
Sign language.
La nomo de la lingvo estas Esperanto. Or in English, the language is Esperanto.
Do you know that?
I think I've heard it before, but
Okay. Do you speak it?
no.
Well, we're going to take a short break, but here's one for you at home. It concerns the Italian language. Now, hot tub lovers out there will be all too familiar with jacuzzis. But what does the word jacuzzi mean? Is it wet gun? Is it bathtub? Or does it mean nothing? It's just Mr. Jacuzzi's name. The truth will be revealed after the break. Welcome back. Now, before the break, I asked you, what does the word jacuzzi mean? Well, it's actually Mr. Jacuzzi's name. Originally makers of wooden propellers and light aircraft, Mr. Jacuzzi and his brothers made their fortune flogging toilets, sinks, showers and tubs. Buona fatto, Senor Jacuzzi. Let's have a look at the scores. Jolly good. Now, from the bastions of bathing to the figureheads of fine art, take a look at this slide and tell me who are the influential artists.
Well, that's Picasso.
That's Pablo Picasso
Yep.
and
That looks like an
Virginia
old
Woolf,
picture,
Emily
though.
Carr, probably not Emily Carr.
Maybe Canadian.
oh my goodness.
I'm not sure if that's Grandma Moses.
Pablo Picasso and
Pablo Picasso, and unfortunately we're drawing a blank on the second.
Grandma Moses and Picasso.
In the delightful stripy t-shirt, we have Pablo Picasso. And the lady is Georgia O'Keeffe.
Dang it.
I don't have Georgia O'Keeffe's profile blazoned into my
Georgia
No.
O'Keeffe might as well speak Esperanto.
From the world of art to the world of worlds. Which planet is closest to Earth, on average, over the course of a year?
The sun.
Well, sun is sun closest to
Mars.
Gotta be.
Closer.
You can see Mars pretty clearly from space, like from Earth often.
You can also see Venus from Earth quite often.
The one I see in the sky every night is Jupiter.
We're going to Mars. I think it's gotta
Mars.
be Mars.
We're gonna go with Mars.
Mars?
Mars.
Well, despite Venus and Mars having a closer orbit to the Earth, it's actually Mercury, due to its proximity to the Sun, which is actually the closest to every planet over the course of a year. Fascinating, eh?
We went away from the sun to go closer to the sun.
Ah, nice. Excellent.
Killing it.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
While I have the word in my hands, it's time for a triple pointer. Can you name 3 countries that begin with a vowel and are intersected by the equator?
Ecuador.
yeah.
Ecuador would be the first one.
Ecuador.
This is all you, buddy.
Iceland? Oh my.
Antigua?
It's like Equatorial Guinea and
Iowa? No, that's a state.
Uruguay? Like what's parallel in South America?
It's too far down.
Ecuador, Uganda, and Equatorial Guinea.
Ecuador,
Antigua.
East Sudan,
Antigua.
and Antigua.
Ecuador and not quite sure.
Well, there are 3 from 3 different continents. We have Ecuador, we have Uganda in Africa, and in Asia, Indonesia.
Well, we got 2 points. That's pretty good.
Indonesia.
Let's travel back to the world of inky dinkies. Riddle me this one, teams. A monastery for mollusks.
Mollusks or shells?
A mollusk will be like a clam.
Mussel.
Mussel, lobster.
Ocean swells. Seashells.
Cloister oyster. It's a cloister oyster.
Cloister oyster.
Snail.
An oyster cloister.
Cloister, moister, or cloister, oyster.
Oyster cloister.
Cloister oyster.
Cloister oyster.
Seamlessly blending religion and sea creatures. How about an oyster cloister? Yeah, a cloister is an undercover area of a monastery.
I've never heard of cloister before.
I used to do that when I was selling oysters.
Oh, you sold oysters?
We've got the moistest oysters in the cloister.
Oh boy.
I work at UVic, and I moved out to Victoria in 2004 with these great people, and we've been here ever since.
I own a pediatric therapy clinic, and I've known these guys for 20 years, and they've known each other for 35 years.
That's pretty much said it all. I work in the hospitality industry.
I write and produce and record my own music. When I look outside my window, all I can see is the blue sky, the sun shining through my window, and the rolling waves amongst the tides.
I've been getting very into gardening. I've been really enjoying gardening for the last couple of years, but with the whole kind of lockdown situation, that's been what I've been pretty fully engaging in these days.
He's also a really talented cocktail artist. Makes the best drinks I've ever had. And I personally am an artist. I paint and draw and do illustrations, as well as clothing design and production. So I do alterations. I made this.
Hey.
And today we have our two amazing kids. We have Aislinn, who is 10, and Crosby, who is 8, and they are our cheer squad and giving us all the answers from the back.
Hey!
Okay, on to the shape of things to come. Have a look at this slide and name the two polygons.
Purple and blue.
An octagon and a
Octagon.
pentagon.
7, so isn't it a septagon?
There's penta 6.
And hepagon is 8.
8 sides is an octagon, and then
Six is hexagon.
hex.
That's 2,
No.
4, 6. Yes.
We're gonna go hexagon and octagon.
Octagon and hexagon.
Heptagon and decagon.
Well, a 7-sided polygon is a heptagon. And a 9-sided polygon, it's a nonagon.
Nonagon is a nonagon. Well, hey, I learned something.
Okay.
Bluey was a faithful Australian cattle dog, worked in the fields her entire life, until eventually she passed on to doggy heaven. But don't worry, she was the oldest dog who ever lived. How old was Bluey when she passed? The team with the nearest answer will take the point.
A really old dog could live to like 18 years, like really old.
Are we thinking in the 20s?
22.
We're talking oldest in the world though.
That'd be the oldest dog ever.
We both
22.
We both thought 22.
25.
Okay, 25. Let's go with that.
22?
We're gonna say 28.
My mom thinks it's 25.
How old was Bluey? What do you think, Lucy? Yeah, 29.
Oh, we were so close!
Literally old blue.
And your final question in this section. In 2005, the Discovery Channel ran a contest to decide the 50 greatest Americans of all time. Can you name the 3 top ladies on that list? I'll give you 1 point for each.
Amelia Earhart, she like flew the airplane. Oh boy. We're getting attacked.
I think Michelle Obama.
It's got to be Oprah.
Let's say Oprah. Oprah is the best always.
Ellen?
Rosa Parks.
Oh, Jane Goodall?
There's the astronaut Sally Ride.
Rosa Parks, Oprah Winfrey.
Michelle Obama, Ellen, and Oprah.
Okay, Oprah, Amelia Earhart,
Earhart.
and
Well, there's a point for the all-round superstar Oprah Winfrey. She's the highest on the list. There'll also be a point for diplomat and maverick Eleanor Roosevelt. And of course, a point for pivotal civil rights activist Rosa Parks. 3 very powerful ladies.
Rosa Parks!
Eleanor Roosevelt. We got 2 out of 3. We'll take that. We'll take that.
Pretty good.
Talking of powerful women, here's one for you at home. Who called the Spice Girls his heroes in 1997 and later invited them to play at his 89th birthday party? Was it George Bush Sr., Michael Caine, or Nelson Mandela? We'll be back in a few moments with the answer. welcome back. Now before the break I asked you, who in 1997 described the Spice Girls as his heroes and later invited them to play at his 89th birthday party? That would be Nelson Mandela. That's a good way to spice up your life. Now, to spice up your scores, it's time for the word grab. Take a look at these 8 letters. You have 20 seconds to come up with as many 5-letter words as you can. Your 20 seconds starts now.
Think.
Tonic.
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 I just keep seeing toe.
Ethnic. 5-letter words. Okay.
The kids are really good at this.
I keep seeing the word toe.
Shite.
Choked.
Cento.
Notch.
Tonic.
I can't stop seeing the word toe.
Well done, teams. Nice job. That round's a real niche round. It's a good tonic for those who can think under pressure. Right, let's take a look at the final scores.
Oh, man.
Your fault.
We're not used to losing.
Congratulations to the winning team. You are incredible. The other 2 teams, you're also incredible, but perhaps not as incredible today. All right, the top team, you win the limited edition Mind Your Neighbours mug. Perfect for a nice cup of tea and, well, perhaps another chocolate. All right, see you next time, everyone. Quiz on.
Mind your neighbors, they live down the road from you. Best behaviors, never know when they're going to do you favors. That's why it's up to you to mind your neighbors. I know that